Hey folks, welcome to BuildFlyGo. So it's been a while since we've done a flying video, much less a um, trip video. And I'll add to that, it's been a while since I've edited a trip video from a hotel room in my laptop. So a bunch of, not going to call them firsts, but a bunch of memories from doing these things. So we are heading to, this is the royal we in this case, we are heading to Sun and Fun in Florida. It is Sun and Fun is the sort of the first big aviation conference of the year in the U.S. It's in April. It has already started. Unfortunately, I could not get out earlier because of the day job, but I did get to leave on Wednesday to head down there. Weather is a little icky, shall we say. It was really gusty coming out of Madison. It was like howling almost to 30 knots right down the runway, which was nice, but it was definitely howling. But down the runway, so we weren't too worried about it. We could always come back and land on the same runway, no big deal. But we got to take off, and we are heading south. I had an entertaining conversation with ATC when I asked for flight following from Madison to Nashville. Um, I believe Jacob, if you're listening, yep, that was you. um, they asked us like, really, you mean Nashville? You're not going somewhere else first? KBNA Nashville? You know how much fuel costs there? That last part was left unsaid, but yeah, totally understood. So we asked for flight following to Nashville because we knew that was roughly the right direction, right? Like it's that way. Once we got closer to the weather, we know the weather is going to be really iffy down there. We were going to decide, okay, so where are we going to go? Where are we going to sort of divert to, or like pick our destination, on the fly kind of thing. And as you can see, it's actually not too bad up here, but it starts looking sort of funny. And if you look at the radar, you can see what we're talking about, right? Like there's a line of thunderstorms there that just looks, oh my gosh, it looks nasty. So Nashville was the target. Not going to happen. And we started getting close, and we decided that it made sense to. I was about half tanks at this point, and I decided, like, I'm gonna get fuel, right? Like, there's weather ahead. We have to make decisions up ahead of like diverting, going to different airports, deciding not to land here, land there, that kind of thing. So I decided to stop early, get fuel. Usually in a situation like this where we're doing this on the fly, I have made sure that I have the Garmin Pilot on the iPad updated with local fuel prices, and I sort of like zoom into the area kind of thing and pick, like what is an airport here with reasonable runways, right? Like for the winds and stuff like that isn't going to charge me fees to to land and get fuel, and that has reasonable fuel prices, right? Like I'm not going to nickel and dime places, but definitely I would rather save a buck or two in fuel, because like the differences are that much. I want to say this was $5-ish a gallon, no big deal. And I went in, paid for the fuel, like chatted with the FBO person, um, looked at the weather and decided, okay, we're going to keep going south. We're going to sort of follow the line of thunderstorms towards the southwest and see how things look, right? Like see if we can curl around them and start going sort of east and southeast, or if we're going to decide to stop sooner. As you're gonna see here, it starts the weather starts getting icky. At this point, we're talking to Memphis Center, and we're heading basically directly to Memphis. It's the wrong direction. It's still southish, very southwestish, but it's sort of not the right direction. So we asked them to like sort of help us through the weather here, so that we can cut back south, and they were great. And they told us where of course, we have ADS-B in, right, so we can see on the screens where things are, but they also have radar, and they can see, like, right now where things are, right? So we sort of compared notes, if you will, and then we cut through. We got a little bit of rain, as you can see. We're staying below the layer there as we come down, and we ended up heading towards Columbus, Mississippi, which has, I believe, is West Point around here? Anyway, I don't know. Forgive me for getting that wrong. I'm sure I did. There's a big Air Force. There's Columbus Air Force Base here, big Air Force Base, but also a couple of little airports around the area. One of them is, I'm going to say this wrong, Lowndes County Airport, which nice little runway, great little airport, and we landed there. Columbus Lowndes County Airport. There we go. We landed there, and the airport manager came out right away and is like trying to helped us, and asked what are we doing. This is Dan. Thank you, Dan, and offered a little hangar for us and the loaner car. So fantastic, perfect choice. Stop here on your next trip. We'll see you soon.